Episode 3 covered trials and regulation together, and made one key point: everything upstream produces candidates, but the trial decides whether any of it mattered. This episode zooms into trial execution specifically, the operational stage where AI is quietly saving the most money today, largely independent of whether the drug itself was AI discovered. Here's a genuinely surprising truth. Not all trial failures are about efficacy or safety, a large share of them are purely operational. Roughly 80% of trials face enrollment delays. And about a third of Phase 3 trials fail specifically on enrollment, not because the drug didn't work, but because the trials simply couldn't recruit the right patients fast enough to ever find out. That reframes the whole opportunity. A drug can be genuinely good and still fail, because the trial around it was run badly. AI in trial execution targets exactly this operational failure mode, and that's often much cheaper to fix than the underlying science. So where does AI actually plug into execution? Several places. Patient matching and recruitment, using natural language processing to mine electronic health records and find eligible patients far faster than manual chart review, which directly attacks that enrollment bottleneck, the single most addressable cause of trial failure. In silico trial simulation, modeling likely outcomes computationally to optimize the eligibility criteria, the dosing, and the adaptive design before you spend real money and real patients. Biomarker-driven stratification, using patient selection signals to enroll people more likely to respond, so a real effect is easier to detect in a smaller, better-chosen population. Digital twins, or synthetic control arms, modeling a patient's likely untreated trajectory to strengthen the control comparison, and potentially reduce how many patients get a placebo, an active, still maturing area regulators are engaging with. And safety monitoring, watching incoming trial data to catch safety signals earlier. Now why does this matter for the AI drug story specifically? There's a double role worth making explicit. AI is used to run trials better for any drug at all, but it's especially relevant to AI-discovered drugs, because those are precisely the ones whose upstream AI claims, from episodes 6 through 11, a trial now has to independently confirm. Better-run trials get to a trustworthy answer faster, and getting to trustworthy answers faster is exactly what this field needs in order to prove itself, which is right where episode 5 left us. Here's the framing worth landing. Upstream AI, targets and molecules, makes more candidates. Trial execution AI makes each candidate cheaper and faster to test. Both matter enormously, but they're genuinely different levers. And notice this, the trial execution improvements pay off even for old-fashioned, entirely human-designed drugs. That's why hospitals and contract research organizations are adopting them regardless of the AI discovery hype cycle. It is, honestly, the most already working, unglamorous part of this whole story, and possibly the part saving the most money right now. And the honest caveat. Everything we just described improves efficiency, it does not change whether the drug actually works. Phase 3 still has to deliver a real efficacy readout in a large, diverse population, and no amount of recruitment cleverness substitutes for that. There's also a genuine ethical edge here. Mining electronic health records raises real data privacy and bias questions. A model that recruits from biased historical records can quietly entrench who gets studied and who gets left out. So this stage makes the machinery of trials faster and cheaper, but the verdict the trial delivers is still the old, hard, human thing.